It's Friday, and you know what that means. This is our second Flashback Friday. So let's go through a couple of clips. Let's laugh about it. And I'm going to give you my impressions and why I posted them. So before we begin, here's the intro. Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. All right, everyone, thank you for being here. This is the second time I'm doing this. I'm basically going to go through some of the Harry and Meghan clips. I think I have some Hillary and Alec Baldwin clips, some Blake Lively clips that I posted on social media this week. And I just want to talk about them, maybe give some history about them, maybe highlight some of your comments. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, here's the first one. So this is Harry and Meghan in Australia in 2018. It was October 2018. As of this point, they've been married since May, so that's 3, 4 months roughly. Meghan has announced her pregnancy. She announced it unofficially to the family at Princess Eugenie's wedding. And right after Princess Eugenie's wedding, that's when they went to Australia. And that's when it was made public to the world that Meghan is expecting. So let's watch this clip. Oh my gosh. Meghan always pushing, always just pushing Harry. And Harry looks he looks back. He seems a little bit surprised. I think it's so interesting that this behavior from Meghan started so long ago. In fact, I started this channel because I wanted to really see when the behavior began. It's been there the whole time. The only time I don't think I saw it was Invictus 2017, which was their very first public engagement. And I don't know, maybe she was on her best behavior. I did a video about that actually. The Invictus 2017 was in September, and they announced that they were engaged in November. But earlier this year, around Invictus of 2025, I was doing a lot of stories and looking back at the history of Invictus and Harry and Meghan, and allegedly they were already engaged in September of 2017. So I found that pretty interesting that they were keeping the engagement under wraps, allegedly. So I wanted to highlight some of your comments. Defenestrate says, every time she pushes him along like a toy on wheels, I wonder, how did Harry do this for so many years without her direction and permission? And my response was, honestly, like, how did he survive before this? I don't know. Gracie Carla says, good thing she was there showing him what to do. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to walk that half a foot to get the pen. Funny how he looks back with the attitude of, what do you want, woman? Awesome. Awesome comments. I was doing some research because I wanted to provide some history or maybe any interesting information about this. And I actually found that same moment from a different angle. Let's watch that now. It's unbelievable, you guys. Like I'm gonna need to analyze this clip and oh, there she does. There she goes. Oh my goodness, Megan. Oh my goodness. Why? Why do you make it so obvious? And well, when it's someone's character, right? Okay, everyone. Next clip. This is from the Oprah interview in 2021. And yeah, this interview isn't readily available for many people to watch. So I'm trying to see what I can find. And I just like Megan, you're a bad liar. Let's watch the clip.
I didn't fully understand what the job was, right? What does it mean to be a working royal? What do you do? What do you do?
What do you mean you didn't know what the job was? You, first of all, were doing it with him for several months before being engaged. And also, for a couple of months after that while being engaged. And let's not forget this, the queen offered for Duchess Sophie to help mentor Meghan, but she wasn't interested. In fact, Meghan said something along the lines of, Harry is all I need. Let me find that clip here in this article. So here it said the Queen wanted Meghan to make a success of the marriage and of her new role, and indeed did everything that she could to encourage that. I think she suggested to her that Sophie Wessex, who certainly was a favorite with her and had been through it because she had married into the royal family and married Prince Edward, might help her be a sort of mentor. I don't think Meghan was interested in that. She felt she had Harry. She didn't need to be offered a mentor. The Queen was very keen at first. And actually, I believe that this was elsewhere quoted that that's what Meghan said, that she had Harry. She didn't need anybody else. Like those words actually were said by Meghan. Let's look at some of your comments. Look at Patty's pillbox. Patsy's pillbox, I'm sorry, said, yes, she was ready to hit the ground running. You guys remember that? She was ready to hit the ground running. How could you hit the ground running without knowing what it is that you're going to do? Liar, allegedly. And then here we have another comment from Royal Thoughts, who said, the job was to be a decent human being and you are unqualified. Well said. I'm just going to like that right now. I must have missed that before. IAW, or maybe that's Law Mama 5 says, didn't she say in the engagement interview that she was excited for her job and ready to hit the ground running or something to the same or to that effect? Thank you, Law Mama. Exactly. And I said, yes, absolutely. Good point. The Honorable Lady E says, how on earth does this woman allegedly have a degree in international relations? Great question. I have no idea. This one I'm going to like as well. I must have missed it. Kate's power suit says, this is what really bothers me. She never took the time to learn what the role was. Any job you take on, you need to learn. She truly thought it would be like a Disney movie. No, there's actually work you need to do. Maybe you shouldn't have turned down all the help that was offered. Thank you, Kate's power suit. Exactly this. Let's go to the next clip. This one is also in Australia. And what you're going to see is that Meghan is the one that meets people first, and she tells Harry when it's time to say hello. Let's watch it. Oh, Harry, come say hi to the nice lady. Come on, Harry. It's your turn. Come say hello. Always directing, always guiding, always in charge. Let's look at a couple comments. Faith says mediocre Markle. Sandra says she has no clue about politeness or protocol. Susan says she should be an usherette in the cinema. She can show people to their seats. Hilarious. Flo says, oh, let me introduce you to my H. H is a prince of England. Okay, everyone, this one makes me mad. This is from the TV show, the reality TV show Baldwins, that follows around Alec Baldwin, his wife Hillary, and their children. And in this clip, they're talking about how the dogs, when they are in the Hamptons, which I guess is where they go over the summer, they are not very good about going potty in the right places. So let's hear what Hillary's corrective action is for this.
I know. I think I'm going to send Cappuccino home with Yoel.
No. Why? Really? Are you
Just
kidding?
like at least for like a few months, and he can train her.
Really? Are you
Just
kidding?
like at least for like a few months, and he can train her.
So as soon as the dog is not behaving in the way that she wants, she's totally comfortable sending it off with someone else who will be doing the hard work of training the dog. And what really bothered me about this clip is her hand movement. Like she's shooing the dog away. That just really bothers me. Let me know in the comments if you all see that and if that bothers you too, this like shooing the dog away. Let's look at some of your comments. Strolling Vagabond has a very good point here. They say Meghan Markle also gave away one of her dogs before moving to the UK. Firstly, she tried to say it was too old. The dog was a 5-year-old to travel. Then she tried saying it's because the dog didn't like Harry. If I was her, I would have gotten rid of Harry long before the dog. Very well said. Oh, I missed this comment, so let's like it. Madame says, and I completely agree with this, is she thinks she's being cute, but she's revealing her awful true self. This is exactly it. I mean, imagine, like, they edited all of this, right? This was approved to go on the show. They didn't think anything negative about it. Hillary didn't think that this in any way reflected negatively on her, and it does. It absolutely does. On that same note, I found this video, I think a week or two ago, of Hillary Baldwin making a confession. Let's watch that clip really quick.
And I didn't tell Alec. And so I kept her secret in my bathroom for 11 days.
Yeah, that is completely sick. And I did a long form YouTube video about this. It's not, I'm going to read this to you. She hid the dog in the bathroom for 11 days, only visited it when everyone was asleep or no one was at home. And this is not just some quirky, cutesy thing. This is called emotional monopolization, and it happens all the time in human, narcissistic, and manipulative toxic relationships as well. So if you haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend that you do. But I talked about this clip in last week's Flashback Friday, so I'm not going to get into it, but I just want to let you know that that video is available. Okay, everyone, we're going to go through 2 Blake Lively clips and we'll go back to Meghan Markle in a minute. So this is a clip I found online where Blake displays some Meghan Markle behavior. She's going to be directing traffic, telling her coworker where to go. She does a little bit of that push thing. She squeezes his arm, just really controlling physical behavior and absolutely bossing him around, telling him where he needs to go. You guys, look at this comment from Colts and Cake. Oh, they should be besties. Merch it like Meghan, it says. Oh my goodness, it's perfection. I actually recorded a collab with Colts and Cake that should be coming out soon. Yeah, and I'm excited for you all to see it. But yeah, this is absolute perfection. It was kind of what I was getting at with that Blake video. Trish says, "I do like her hair though." Absolutely, Trish. I think she's gorgeous, honestly. I love her hair, and her makeup is always flawless. I remember several years ago when she got engaged to Ryan Reynolds. I absolutely loved her engagement ring. It's stunning. Let me see if I can pull that up actually. Yeah, there's the ring. I just think it's so dainty and beautiful, and I think there's something about having a little piece of the finger kind of looking through. I don't know. I do absolutely think this ring is gorgeous. Kathleen says, "So much of what I have read about Blake applies to Markle. It's almost like they are the same person." I agree. The more I'm learning, the more I see parallels, and I think it's important for me to cover a couple of different celebrities and use them as examples because the underlying purpose of the behavior or motivation for the behavior is the same. It just gets exhibited a little bit differently. And my goal for myself and hopefully for all of you is to be able to spot these things before we get enmeshed in these types of relationships. Now, whether that's a friendship, um, conflict with a family member, professionally. I just want all of us to have beautiful, peaceful lives with incredibly fulfilling relationships. So if you're listening to this, this is absolutely what I want for you. And the last Blake Lively clip I want to show you happened at the It Ends With Us premiere. I think this is the one in London. I I don't know a whole lot about Blake, but I've heard that there were rumors of potential infidelity between her and Ryan Reynolds, allegedly, when they were filming The Green Lantern. At the time, Blake was dating someone, I forget who it was, and Ryan Reynolds was married to Scarlett Johansson. In this interview here, I mean, well, you know what? I'm just going to let you watch it and you let me know in the comments what you think.
So Ryan bought you flowers when you first met with little notes. Is he still keeping that up? And the pressure's on now.
I
You're
mean,
in a
he
film about
does
them.
still send me flowers, and it wasn't when we first met. Thank goodness. No, we were friends for many years first.
So she had to specify that he didn't send me flowers when we first met. Thank goodness. I just thought that was such an instinctual and fast response. Let's see what some of you said. Dot Cat says she has a lying tell just like Megan, a lack of eye contact, nervous twitching. Interesting. Okay, everyone, we're now back to some Harry and Meghan clips. In this one, this is Columbia of 2024. And I just can't believe it, everybody. Like, look at how she pushes his hand down, tells him where to set it, and then moves her hand forward and rests it on her leg. It's incredibly controlling behavior, something we see with Meghan all the time. A couple of people said that she was trying to hold his hand. I respectfully disagree with people about that. I think she was telling him where to place his hand. And the reason I say that is because she doesn't make an effort to move her hand towards his to hold it. She goes straight towards his knee. Let me know what you all think in the comments. This clip is another one from October 2018, Harry and Meghan's visit to Australia. In fact, this is the same day as that previous clip I showed you where Meghan pushes Harry to go sign the book. Let's take a look at it. She's talking to some students and she does that blinking eye thing. A lot of people have said that she maybe is having a hard time concentrating or paying attention. New Mini Haha says the eye blinking is meant to tell the talker and, more importantly, the audience that the talker is boring her. Interesting. Carmen Rose says, why is she blinking like that? Oh my gosh, that's the perfect GIF. I don't know how you pronounce that, but perfection. Royal Thought says she is not the least bit interested. She doesn't exist, so she can't connect. Oh, that's profound. Defenestrate says she's very aware that the camera is on her too. She can spot a camera at 1,000 yards. One of my favorite comments is from this one. The line broke 1227. They said, look at her glitching like a Casio watch from 1974. Awesome. Hilarious. I love it. Here's another clip from Colombia where Meghan is trying to tell Harry, come on, let's go talk to them. And it's not received well. Then the claw comes out. This like turning behavior, it reminds me of what she did in the Pasadena fires. There's a clip where she does something like that. I'm going to put that here. And there's a clip also of her doing something similar when she went to the Broadway musical last week. And I'll put that clip here as well. This next video, I seriously couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. And I'm just going to leave it here and solicit opinions because I can't believe my eyes. You guys let me know in the comments what you see. It makes me feel incredibly uncomfortable to watch it. Many of you have left your opinions on this through all the platforms that I've posted this on, Instagram, TikTok, X, and on YouTube. And I want to thank you for sharing your thoughts. Feel free to also leave them on this YouTube video post. Let's end this video with a clip from Harry and Meghan's wedding. And I will show that to you now. I was just kind of, watching summaries of the wedding, and I stumbled upon this moment where Meghan taps King Charles's hand, and I just thought it was very odd. It reminded me of, oh my goodness, we were talking about this on a live stream recently, that TV show, It's a Small Wonder, I think it was called, in the 80s, where there was a robot little girl. Her name was, oh gosh, Vicky, I think. And if you tapped her on the head, it would turn her off and on. So yeah, I don't know why this is what that reminds me of. Many of you have also commented that she made a similar gesture at Her Majesty the late Queen's funeral, and I'm going to put that clip here, and you can see that it is a similar gesture, similar tap. So let me know also what you think about that. Well, everyone, I want to thank you all for joining me on another Flashback Friday. I love doing these, they're so fun. And I don't get an opportunity when I post these shorts to really give my in-depth thoughts on what we're seeing. So I'm glad that there's an avenue now of expressing myself a little bit longer. And it's a great way, I feel, to start the weekend. So I want to thank you all for listening. If this was interesting to you, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you'll know every time I drop a new video. I want to thank you all so much for listening, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.